Welcome back, everyone, to the Search Show 24/7, and this is Aquaman movie review. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, Aquaman, it's here. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Now let's just talk about it. I love this movie. Now, if you've seen any of my other DC movie reviews, like some of the newer stuff, um, you knew once they introduced Jason Momoa as Aquaman, as Arthur Curry, I was super excited about the casting, about him being in Justice League, him having his own standalone movie, just everything about it. I was just super, super excited for it. It was like my most anticipated movie out of the Justice League crew when they kind of announced that whole new team and everybody, Ben Affleck's playing this person, Gal Gadot's playing that person, this, that, and the third. He was the most excited person I was excited to see. I was very hyped for it. And man, this movie, to me, it did not disappoint. Now, I work at the movie theater, so I got to see it early. I got me a Funko Pop, exclusive Funko Pop from Regal. So I appreciate that, Regal, for the exclusive Funko Pop. And man, just the experience of this movie is just fantastic. First off, if you have a chance to see it, please see it in IMAX. See it on the biggest screen possible, with the best sound possible, with the best quality image possible, because you won't regret it. This thing is shot beautifully. The cinematography is just gorgeous. The way they transition certain scenes into other scenes and how they build tension, it's just flawless to me. I really, really appreciate it. James Wan, I think, did a fantastic job going into this, establishing his own lane when it comes to the DC universe. Not really using too much of what Zack Snyder built, which I'm one of the few people that really enjoyed what Zack Snyder built with Aquaman and his lore and stuff. But I was very interested to see what James Wan was going to do with his own take on it, the way he was going to incorporate using water, how he's going to talk, how the people are going to talk underwater, how he's going to incorporate Atlantis and stuff. I was just very interested to see how that was all going to be played out. And he deviated a lot from Zack Snyder's version, and I think he did it for the best. And like I said, it's coming from a guy who really enjoys Zack Snyder's version of Aquaman and what he kind of built upon on that. Now, going into this movie, I just had a lot of questions that I just wanted to see, like the chemistry between Mera and Aquaman, or Mera and Arthur. How is that going to work? How is the mythology of Atlantis going to work? How is the bond and the not really the bond, but just the interactions between Orm and Arthur, how all this is going to play out, are they going to use, how practical and how cool is the big ass helmet from Black Manta going to be on screen? Like all this stuff I just had good questions about, and I was very curious about, and I feel like they answered all of that to a T, from the explanation of how Atlantis worked, how they fell, how they were once above Earth, and how their science and them being so intrigued of kind of building their technology further and further and just pushing it to its limits was Atlantis' downfall. All this stuff was very interesting to me. I really, really enjoyed it. Was seeing Black Manta, which he has probably one of the coolest costumes known in comics, but he also has the most impractical costume known in comics with the big fishbowl helmet and stuff. Just seeing that on a big screen, man, just it brings a tear to your eyes. Just seeing it and man, I remember reading this as a kid, or reading this in the comics and just saying they would never do something like this. They would never do something. And then they play on that so well in this movie. There's a point in this movie where he builds the Black Manta suit, and then he has a small version of the helmet which looks practical, and he's like, no, it needs to be bigger. And they made it a gigantic helmet, and I really, really enjoy that. I like this movie because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It knows how to have fun, but it also knows how to use those serious moments at the right times. And it also knows how to cut the tension with humor and not overbearing the humor that takes away the story sometimes. And I feel like as much as I like Marvel and I watch every Marvel movie, I feel like Marvel tends to do that. But at the same time, Disney and Marvel, they can afford to do that because they've built the audience to where they know the audience is going to see it regardless because it builds to a bigger story and stuff. But I do feel like sometimes Marvel tends to um, downgrade their story and their plots just for the sake of like the humor or the joke and stuff, and I feel like it's a detriment to their story. But this one I really feel like DC and James Wan and everybody involved in Aquaman really found a great balance with the action, the humor, the just the tension in everything, and I think it was a great balance. And I've seen going into this movie, I saw probably 7 or 8 other people I follow, other big name YouTube reviewers. Um, some people liked it, some people loved it. So I've seen a lot of things that could have persuaded me to not, go into a different direction. But man, going into this movie, I can't really see, and this is just my opinion. I can't really see how people can hate on this movie. Like it's not going to win any Oscars. It's not the greatest superhero movie of all time. But there are legit reviews, guys. There are legit reviews of people calling this movie like trash and stuff. And like, what movie did you guys see? Like, and these are like really popular like YouTubers and reviewers and stuff who I really enjoy and who I and no matter about this review, I'm still gonna watch the reviews and stuff. But there are reviewers and people who really hate on this movie, and I don't get it. And it's one of those things that it sucks being a DC fan. I've grown up a DC fan. I have DC tattoos. I've grown up a DC fan. And I'm a Marvel guy too, but I'm a big DC guy, and it's just hard being a DC fan, knowing that what even the best movie gets criticized so much more than it does Marvel, and I don't know why, and that sucks so much. I don't know why these movies get berated and bullied all the time. This is a really good movie, guys. Like I'm saying, this is a really fantastic movie. This movie just touches on everything. I just don't get what the problem is with people. I think people go into this just kind of wanting to hate it for some reason because DC has this bad reputation. I really do feel like that because I've seen this movie twice already, and I just don't see how people can hate it. I can see what certain things are goofy and stuff, but man, some people you complain about it being too dark, so we try to fix it. You complain about it being too funny, so we try to fix it. And then when you get to Aquaman, you get that perfect balance, which I feel is a perfect balance. You still have a lot of issues with it, and I just don't understand that. Like I said, Jason Momoa, he's a badass in this movie. Amber Heard, she's a badass in this movie. The guy who plays Black Manta, he's fantastic. His father, just everything about it. The love relationship between Arthur's parents is just fantastic. It brings a tear to your eyes, and it's just so loving and daring. Watching these group of characters build upon this universe in this movie. What I would rank this movie, going into it or leaving it, I would probably rank it. So for right now, it's still for me. I think this the best new DC Universe movie is still Man of Steel. I would probably put Aquaman there, Wonder Woman, and the reason why because I used to have Wonder Woman second, but I think Aquaman jumps up between Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman's as much as I like it, Wonder Woman's third act was a little bit iffy, just a little bit for me and for a lot of people. And I think the third act of Aquaman just builds and builds and builds. It gets a little slow in the middle, but once it gets to that third act, it's just full steams ahead. So I think it jumps over Wonder Woman right now for me. But I got to see it a few more times because I've seen Wonder Woman 1,000 times, and I love Wonder Woman. But right now it goes Man of Steel, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, BVS, Suicide Squad, and then probably Justice League in that order. So yeah, guys, what you guys think of this movie? Did you like it? What was your favorite part? I mean, dude, they just had everything. Like I said, this movie just went nonstop. It didn't care. It pulled out all the punches, and I like the fact that they stuffed as much stuff in here as they could because you never know how these movies go. You might only get one chance. So I like the fact that James Wan he put as much as he could into it, but still gave you enough that you still want more. And I like the fact that we had both villains. We had two villains. Neither one of them died, which is awesome because you see that a lot in these superhero movies where you get a lot of villains and then they all die. But these villains, we got to know them. We got to build with them. We got to grow with them. And we get to keep him for like another one. So I like the fact that we only got a little of Black Manta because man, he's coming for a vengeance and Aquaman 2 because you know it's gonna be an Aquaman 2. So, and I like the fact that they didn't kill Ocean Master. I love the fact that they didn't kill Ocean Master. I thought that was very powerful of them not killing Ocean Master. Ocean Master, so I thought that was really really cool. But yeah, like I said, what did you guys think of it? What was your favorite part of this video? Please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought. And as always, this is the Search Show 24/7. Be easy. Young Justice is on its way, guys. Young Justice. Woo! Young Justice. We're almost there.